Hi! Yes, you can hear my deck noises in the background. I'm just tuning something up before we start. Hello! Hi there. Just making an alt to some tweaks to my SOF deck. Just making one where I have a nuke instead of any other bombers, which means I need to lower down the loadout on the Raptor a bit too. Also means I need to cut a bit of money. Hang on, I want to start right after I make these changes though, and then we'll chat. I think I just need to cut a tank for this. Which, if I'm playing with a nuke in the deck, probably want to be using less tanks anyway. So I have the money. We can cut that. No tube already. Can't really fit it while bringing the other things I want. Especially when I bring so few stingers. I could bring like one less Shorad and fit tubes in here instead. Trying the HE Gimlers today, I think. Philip, we'll see. See how we like it. This is not my Sipmaster deck, this is the SOF deck that I'm not sure if I play much on the stream yet. I think I have a bit right. So I could drop out the HE Gimlers and bring Tube Paladins instead, or I keep the HE Gimlers for that job. I mean, HE Gimlers to the top armor will do the same thing when lased as this. It's just you got not as much uptime. Where's the Strat Dragoons? I'm not playing that right now. How many scars? Not enough, my friend, not enough. I'm afraid not enough. Yeah, I would have to cut this to fit that. Yeah, I actually cut Rangers from this deck, unfortunately, so I could fit in a couple of boxes and some mech rifles. Because I want to combine... I don't know, I want to see if it feels good to have a cheap box with green berets and some mech rifles or something in it. I want to combine green berets with something that, like, kind of handles them running into the tanks, but not spend too much money on it. So this could be a nice little bundle. I like this deck. I want to play more of it today. It's a good pushy deck. I added extra GBs too. Have you ever played Phoenix Point, says Simone Boots? Yeah, I don't like it. Do not like it myself. A lot of problems with it, in my opinion. Or I have a lot of problems with it, I should say. I'm also trying these Comanches today in my SOF deck that are like much, much cheaper. Not doing AA Comanches. I actually took all the AA out of my deck, really. If I have problems of not having Helicopter AA in this deck, I can switch to Lair CM to 4 Stingers on the Guardians, so it's not really the same. The Slam hit Helis just planes. If you give it the Sidewinders, the AIM-9s, it can hit Helis, otherwise no. It's not the Slam, it's the missiles. AMRAMs can't hit Helicopters, but Sidewinders can. It happens as Simone Boots? What do you mean? Oh, like, not liking a game? Yeah. Just cut up to the VOD where Ranger's Scar Supremacy was discovered. Yeah, I still haven't really, like, found a deck where I want to use them a lot, sadly. But they are cool. They're a cool infantry unit I want to use more. But even in the SOF decks, I'm, like, just busy doing other stuff, it feels like, that I'm never using the Rangers. I don't know. I feel like if they were in any other spec, I'd be using them way more. But they're really good. I just don't play a conventional line infantry kind of game when I'm playing SOF decks right now, it feels like. I'm just like spamming all their like other squads in these hit and run attacks now. But if I was playing like a conventional line war game, then I think Rangers would be my go-to. But I just don't do that as much here, and they're a bit hard to fit in transports of 9 guys. Maybe when I play Marines SOF again, I'll try to use them more. Anyway, I'm just trying to add a little bit more to this deck now because I got the points. I think the only place I can add it is in the tank tab, so I guess I'll just add some... just add some more of these, because I can't really fit anything else. There you go, just have some more of these. Alright, so this shit is... I have the main version of this deck, which I've tweaked a little bit. And I've got these... I took out the DAP, I took the Stingers off the kegs, and I have these kind of cheapish Comanches now that I want to try and be a little bit more cute with. They're not too expensive at 170, they're pretty cheap. So I want to try to use them, like, you know, if you send 4 kegs, that's like 140. A Comanche with no Hellfires is the same. And I want to try them with the Hellfires on, just to be like a little bit more expensive than like a Kamikaze keg run. but rather than kamikazing with just brute force, like numbers and surprise, it's more like with the stealth, you could actually probably slip in even once the enemy has shore it up and like snipe something more expensive than yourself. You're probably not getting out, but you know, give it a go. So I want to try that. And other than that, similar tabs. Added more green berets, dropped a Ghost Hawk. Because this isn't the Ghost Hawk spam deck. I still have 3 of them, they're still really good, and I added those extra mech rifles, as said, with the extra boxes. But just this version has this air tab that has a fully armed Raptor, has 2 Stormbreaker Nighthawks, and has the F-35A. I don't really love this air tab, there just isn't like a lot to it. Maybe I should drop the Nighthawks and make the Raptor cheaper, or cut some other stuff from the deck and try to fit in more F-35s. Because F-35s are good, but only having one of them isn't very good. Like, you can't really do a lot with it. And I think the Nighthawk is very good in other decks, but this deck, this SOF deck, this playstyle is very different in my other decks, where it's all about hit and run attacks, and not really holding an area. And so I think the slow Stormbreaker, cost-effective Stormbreaker bombing run from the Nighthawks isn't really that... It doesn't really gel with this deck, because this deck just wants to go in and kill those targets with, like, Delta Force and Power Rescue and shit anyway. They just handle it on their own. They don't really need the Stormbreakers to kill infantry. Whereas other decks, like, if I was more airborne focused or something, I don't know, or, like, more... less pushy, I think, like, it makes more sense. I don't know. I guess if I'm playing more tank-heavy, like, this could be useful. I just haven't done that with this deck yet. And the Sept 3 is really worth the extra 25 points over the Sept 2, just for the infantry HE round. I don't take him for that, I take him for the extra pen. Philip says the HE round makes such a difference, and I'm sure it does, but I don't really take it for the HE round. I take them because they have better armor and better penetration. And they also have better optics. This thing is basically a kind of average recon unit as well. It has 1750 optics, which you should not ignore. So that's why I take the Sept V3, because you're paying a little bit more, but you're getting extra anti-tank penetration and extra armor. And if I'm bringing a really expensive tank, these are the things that define it for me, being able to kill any enemy vehicle, and being able to survive a lot of shit. Being able to survive enemy vehicles. This is what I value a high-cost tank for, this is why I bring the Sept V3. As well as the optics. Camilla says, the V3's armor-piercing round is what makes it beat every other tank in the game at max range and up close. Yeah. That extra 25 makes a difference. So that's why I take them. But yeah, let's get into a match, eh? I want to try this out in practice. I'm still going to play this Strike Air deck. Someone in the Discord was like, I played your Strike Air deck and I love it, and I've been playing it a lot. And I'm like, that's great, but I still haven't played it. Like, I made it and I haven't really played it much. I do gotta try and do it more, but... Man, I haven't even got like many strikers in this deck. I've only got like 2 strikers and 2 recon ones. What? I guess this deck was meant to be like using the Booker Iron Fist, like for close quarters. I don't know. I need to actually like play it and try it sometime. I think it really revolves around whether I like the Booker in this deck, because if not, it's like I don't even know if I need to be playing Strikers of Airborne. What else do I have? SOF plus Striker that I still haven't really tried either. This one does have way more Rangers. It has 6 Rangers. This is way more of a Ranger list. And then there's Hellborn, which I love. Berserker Airsoft, which is funny and I like it. I haven't really played Dev Dogs much since I made it. Still kind of needs some experimentation. Haven't really played much of SOF USMC since I changed it up, I think. Haven't played Grunt Striker for a while. That's been redone too. All the decks have X on them are I need to like play them again to remember how to like tell if they're good or not. Like they haven't really been played since I remade them. Basically right now for me it's just Sitmaster, which is my standard, my golden boy. We've got this SOF armored deck which I renamed to Dominoes because we bring the pizza to you. It's all about hit and running in the AMPVs. Hellborn, which is tried and tested and I like it. And Berserker, which has been tested a few times and does work in its kind of insane way. Let's get into a match and see what I feel like playing. I think today I'll probably be trying to play more of that, the Dominoes deck. I want to get better at that. Hit and run SOF style. It's very good for being aggressive and pushing. Spacebub says, any tips on recovering as SOF if you fumble your rollout? I think with all, I don't know, not specifically with SOF, no, sorry, but I think just in general, just breathe. Just, like, take a minute. Space says, I tried your Striker deck and enjoyed using the two different tanks together. They cover different threats fairly well. I did swap a Hammett in as well. Two different tanks. Oh, Booker and... What's the other tank they have? Oh, Booker and Thunderbolt? Yeah. Yeah, that probably makes a lot of sense, actually, working together like that. It's a good idea. But yeah, I think just with any rollout, or any time, really, you fumble in the game and you, like, lose everything, just breathe for a second. Like... You are given a lot of disadvantages by having all your units wiped out, but you're given one unique advantage of you now have nothing to manage. Like, you now can just sit there and think for a second, you have nothing to babysit. It's that brief moment where you get to be strategic and think. So use that. That's what I try to tell myself, is use that. When you get wiped out, take a minute or two, don't feel rushed, and just be like, what am I going to do next? Now, this is like the end of the match, and then you probably want to just like spam some shit out towards the zone, but at the start of a game, like you said, rollout, just think. Think about what happened, think about what the enemy has. Something I'm trying to do more these days is not overcommit units until I've seen what the enemy is really playing in the area I'm playing. I try to open up a bit of recon that can handle a bit of everything, but I don't bring too much. I don't expect to win, like... You know, like if the enemy comes in with, like, their entire 1,000 points to spend on super heavy tanks, I don't expect to be able to beat that with, like, a generalist rollout of recon. But I do expect to be able to then fall back, maybe leave my recon in hidden places watching it, and then I can call in more units that will actually deal with that. Like, I can bring in a bunch of Rangers Maws of SOF, I can bring in a bunch of airborne weapon squads with airborne, I can bring in airstrikes if it clusters. Whereas if I just commit 1,000 points of whatever generalist shit, or, you know, shit that might get hard counted by a certain rock, paper, scissors matchup, I have no money now when I see what the enemy actually has to build for them. So I think if you roll out a little bit lighter, you've got money left over then to, like, actually buy shit based on what you see the enemy has. An early drone could be helpful for that too, and early helicopters. Now, it works well with me because I always do, like, at least half my budget on, like, air taxing, I think. I'm, like, spending on usually 2 fighters and a Patriot or 2 per rollout. And hopefully, if those fighters get back to base, I get money back for them. So... I've got time, you know, like, these days I'm trying to roll a bit of ground at the same time. I'm not trying to do pure air tax rollout anymore, because I think I need to have some presence on the ground immediately. So I'll generally roll out, like, a CFV and, like, maybe, like, a Thunderbolt and an Avenger, or I'll roll out, like, an APC with some guys in it that can just kind of handle general business. And then hopefully by the time they get to the front line, I've built up a bunch of money, and I can see what the enemy has, and I can actually bring in something to counter them. I mean, I guess don't really think of this game in terms of, like, hard counters, but... You know, I can bring in shit that's going to be effective against what they're doing. Why is Air plus SOF called Berserker? Because it's all attack, no defense. It is kamikaze keg runs. It is every airstrike fucking possible, and only half of them expect to come back. It is Thunderbolts. It is SOF infantry. And fighting recon. It is Ghost Hawks that just drop a kilometer from the fight and just get you straight in there. It is just, you know, unarmored transports, just like light trucks. It is a whole bunch of shit that does a whole lot of damage to the enemy, and is really good and fast on the offense, but you really don't want to be trying to hold an area with it, I think, because it is going to be terrible at getting shot at while it sits in place. You're going to lose a lot of units in the matches I played of it so far, but you will kill way more value than you're losing. You don't really have anything expensive to lose in this deck. The Thunderbolt is like your most expensive ground unit that you can lose. Everything else is really fucking cheap. You have no, like, big tanks. You don't even have, like, expensive Shorad. Like, unless you're losing the Thunderbolts at 160, everything is, like, 130 or below, right? Other than that, it's just like if you're stacking infantry together, I guess, but that's still multiple units. Your Guardians and your Jets are the most expensive thing then, and generally all of these units are very good at killing expensive units in return. Iron Steel says, so I've been enjoying using my armor airborne. Oh, by the way, Blue Sandwich says, quick question, which is better, Brads or MPVs? Different. Brads are for anti-vehicle, anti-tank better. AMPVs are better transports. Iron Steel says, I've been enjoying using my armor airborne deck still. I tend to try and get more expensive units and use their increased survivability and damage to trade well and give me less units to micro. Yeah. The only issue I feel like I'm having is that even when I have time to get a bunch of units out to be ready for a push or defend, I feel like I'm losing things too fast compared to how long it takes to build up. So, can you give me an example of a situation where you felt like that's happened to you? and we can talk details, if you want advice. Einstein says, I wonder if it's a micro problem or if I'm calling out the wrong units at the wrong time and spending money when I don't need to be. Yeah, like, it really depends on what, right? Like, what's an example of a situation where you've tried to build up, as you say, and then you're losing your shit too fast? Like, because for me, when I want to defend with this deck, I'm playing the weapon squad plus airborne squad combos, and I'm putting them in good positions. Or I've got my tripwires here, like, these are my defensive units, right? These two together. These Avengers. So tow carriers and Avengers. For my blind audience, sorry, my tow carriers and my Avengers, my weapon squad and my airbornes. These are like my main cheap, cost-effective defenders. And of course having recon on place, some Velarasses and airborne snipers and Cav Scouts. And I'll generally have some kind of, like, force that can respond as well, that's mobile. Like, I'll have some CFEs around, might have some Thunderbolts around. If I'm playing tanks, they're around. Or you've got the longbows for a real oh shit moment, you bring in the longbow pair. Or just a longbow if that's all you can afford. You bring in the Strike Eagle. Or you bring in Kiowas for anti-helicopter. And then for pushing, we have the Mech Engineers, the Mech Rifles, the APCs. We can do a bit of pushing into good defensive positions, taking and holding, as you might call it, by using APCs combined with airborne and weapon squad in them. We can take a position, especially if we lead the way with some Mech Engineers and Mech Rifles to actually breach the position in the AMPVs, and then we follow up with MM13s of airborne and weapon in them to take and hold. Well, we also have TOWs and AGLs for cheap, cost-effective defense. Though these days, with this deck, I'm tending to go take one of the airbornes and combine it with the AGL in an AMPV, and I use that for fighting infantry at longer ranges, like house to house rather than, or like over the street rather than in suburbs, where it's a bit more, you can't really like breach the buildings as well. And that works in my favor as airborne. As airborne, you don't want to be breached, you want to be keeping them at arm's length. Molly B says, Brads are light tanks, tank destroyers that can lug their support infantry around them. Yeah, Brads, I don't really use the Brad transports, I only use the CFEs. But yeah, if you're using regular Brads, they've got a bit better transportation. And that's what you're comparing, it's just like, it's all about the missile, see? Is that the AMPV is actually better in every way except for the tow, compared to a regular Brad. The thing that makes the regular Brad so good, apart from being 10 cost cheaper, and having 1 extra HP, I guess, is that it has the tow. So, because the tow can fire one after the other, and is basically a javelin in the sense that it's a top attack weapon, the TOW 2B if you're using the proper Bradley, as long as you're within a kilometer, you'll get through APS on your own, which means that the Bradley defeats tanks in 1v1s if the micro is on your side. And that's really important because an AMPV can't do that. The javelin is really good for firing on the move. So it's cool to like, I like having it on my APCs so it just kind of gets hits in that exhaust smoke and APS charges. Or, you know, if the enemy doesn't have APS, fucks them up. While you're just like doing your other shit, that's fine. But for actually killing a tank, like you want your unit to kill a tank, you cannot compare it to the Bradley. Because under a kilometer, the Bradley's tow is going to hit back-to-back in its 2-shot burst. And it's going to actually get a half-health tank out of it. Because it's going to hit on that second one after the first one defeats APS. And you can't really compare that with the AMPV. The AMPV fires too slow with the Javelin. You cannot do the same thing. So, the AMPV, though, gets everything else better. Double the seating. It's got a better autocannon. It has fire on the move on the Javelin. And the Javelin is still better than the TOW, because the Javelin... the TOW has more damage, but the Javelin has terminal guidance. So once it's been fired, once it gets close enough, it'll guide itself in, whereas the Bradley, you have to keep line of sight the whole time with the Bradley. Or the missile misses. You can't move, you can't do anything, you have to stop and shoot. You can't smoke either, your missile misses. So the AMPV is better at everything else in this comparison, except it can't fire the Javelin fast enough, and also the Bradley has more ammo for the TOWs. And that is why the Bradley is a better anti-tank unit, because it's like an ATGM carrier, as well as being everything else it is. Whereas an AMPV is a transport of a Javelin. That's a very big difference. You don't really see that on the paper, but when you see it in practice, there's no comparing to the Bradley for being a cheap, like cost-effective medium IFV that can defeat every tank in the game, every vehicle in the game, with the right micro. Javelin sometimes defeats smoke too. Yeah, the Javelin is a better ATGM, but the Bradley fires it twice. If the AMPV had a twin-link Javelin that fired twice before it had to reload, bam, AMPV is just the best in every way. Fuck. America, upgrade your TOW launchers to fire terminal guidance javelins. We wouldn't be having this conversation. The TOW would go the way of the Sparrow. It would be just outdated tech, but that's not the case in this game. US Mirror. Oh, it's been ages since Kaliningrad, but I don't think I want to go there. But we're going to Kaliningrad. Okay. I don't want to sit still. I'd probably play the SOF deck. I'm signing myself up for some hell by trying to play the SOF deck on Kalin. I'm going to take the nuke. Fuck it, I'm going to take the nuke. But I did say, I remember saying last time in Kaliningrad, I tried the artillery style, and I said this. I said, I would rather have played more aggro pushes across the river and lost than win doing this boring artillery shit I did last time. So here we go. This is what we're going to try. I just switched my uniform up. I'm actually playing SOF. I never change up from Airborne lately. I'm always wearing Airborne, but I finally get to be SOF. I haven't even updated these guys. I gotta have the one where Kuma's got the little hat. It'll have to be this one because he's got the hat on with me. Or this one where he's armored. That's how little I've been playing SOF. I haven't updated my SOF guy for ages. I gotta get all the variants going. Iron still says, okay, hang on, let me do my rollout first, and then we'll discuss what you're discussing. Hang on. Because otherwise, I know I'll just answer your question, I'll forget to roll out. So I'm gonna do a double Patriot. Double Patriot start with, there. Okay, we'll go, in this case, probably a better supply. Oh, please don't do that fucking, probably a little bit of supply. A Raptor. And then maybe one of these with a GBs. Or just like a Ghost Hawk. Can I get a Ghost Hawk of GBs? I'm just gonna one of these, because I don't want to fuck up and not have any units, but I know I'm about to talk a bunch. So, you said, I had a game a few nights ago where I was able to call in like both of my Set V3s, 3 Bradley CFVs, 3 Bradley Hellfire. Oh god. Holy shit. That's a lot of stuff. Hang on, that's gonna wait. Let me micro my Raptor first. Remind me if I don't get back to you, Iron Steel. Hang on. Sorry, that's a lot of units to think about. Hang on, let me just do this first. Let's get the Patriot set up. I'm gonna micro my Raptor because I do not want to have the Raptor on the front line. Run!
Changing course. Flight plan updated. Left hit mark 1. New bearing set.
I'm gonna stay at range.
New course set. Inbound. New heading set.
Get another one off. Another Jadam. Back off. That's all my Jadam's gone.
Turning to new heading.
Unfortunately, they flared both the Jadams pretty effectively there. It's still not really worth me going in there with AMRAAMs because I lose the 2v1. Well,
Line of coordinates.
I'll probably win this if they haven't got ground AA, but they probably got ground AA.
New course.
It's not worth me going in there and losing this expensive Raptor, though, is the point.
New heading set. Changing course.
Did you see me? No. Okay, see, now I want to shoot this fucker. You do see me. Ow.
Flight plan updated.
Get out of there before you get shot down. Yeah, I think you can refund one of these.
We're combat ready.
Alright. And I need to get some more shit rolling out here. Let's bring a little bit of GB's mech, I think. A little bit of GB's mech, a little bit of GB's mech. And a little bit of dominoes. I don't want to get stuck in place, I want to be on the attack, so... Probably some recon Moors. Probably some recon Rangers Moors to handle any threats. Okay, so while this is all rolling out, what were you saying? You were saying... Okay, you got everything. You got 2 Set V3s, 3 Bradley CFVs, 2 Bradley Hellfires, 2 Avengers, 2 groups of Next Generation Weapon Squad and Airborne Weapon Squad and buildings, 2 snipers out for recon, and a B-Fist. When enemy finally realized I was moving unopposed, they came at me and it just felt like I kept losing units and they slowly pushed in. I wonder if that is just how things go, because I did keep them getting to the point, but I lost basically everything. I tell myself that I did stop the push and start their attack, but I don't know. I just feel like I lost too much of the amount of units I had. But maybe they pushed to their best units and I held. I don't know. I'd like to have a replay we could go over. So what were you trying to do? Wait, were you trying to, like, take a zone, or were you trying to defend an area? You said you were, like, trying to, like, build up a defense, right? That's a lot of shit to have out to just be on the defense. So that's why I want to know, were you... Iron, were you trying to, like... You said you were moving unopposed, though. So, like, were you trying to take an area, or were you just, like, trying to hold an area with all that shit? What were you trying to do? What was your, like, game state? I'm getting aggro? Yeah, we'd like to see it. You call that line? I'd call that mint. Maybe you meant someone else. Speaking of which, Chunduhuan over here is taking the airborne side. Cool. There's really no one in the middle right now. Oh god, we have nothing in the middle. That's okay. Mint is bringing in some tanks after their little adventure over here. I will probably move up this Patriot, especially down here. We need more. 2,000, 4,000, 6,000. We got a little engagement happening there. Try not to watch it too much, but I will bring you back afterwards. I really want to be on that hill, but it's kind of like within rocket arty range. Ah, fuck it. It's a Patriot. If it dies to rocket arty, whatever. Fuck it. Who cares? Get on the hill.
Chopper reporting in. Back to farm.
Chopper, my beloved. But I want to push. Probably AK is better for my guys. I think chicken fried rice is slowly going to defend D. I think my team will defend D if I leave it for them. I'm contemplating even like leaving the zone open to make them go for it, but I think they already kind of are. I don't want this airborne player flexing over to A. I want them to focus on the GF push. I never really played AK before, but I want to try it here, because I think E is a bit exposed. Maybe I get away with it now. Probably not for good. Ah! Seed. I'm getting... looks like... fucked on from this building, too. My auto smoke saved me. If there's jabs there, maybe I can get across the river and fuck them up, I don't know. Okay, it's just a tow. Tank over here. Carry on.
Copy. Relocating. Roger. We're on the move. Moving out.
What if I just keep doing this?
Next waypoint received. Roger.
If I can, like, just keep annoying them there.
You'd be blind without us.
And, like, come back to here. Like, I think that might, like, auto
Good copy.
fuck up their shit.
Received.
Yeah. Okay, I can, like, just worry about this now. Oh god, I'm just leaving my guys in the open. Bad, 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 bad. Let's go and try and get that tank that I saw. And I don't know if I'll deploy too much shit right now, apart from that.
Personal carrier here. Roger. We're Oscar Mike.
I can also send some guys over here. Probably want to do a bit of both.
Radar turned on.
Oh, that's too late. I shouldn't have even bothered smoking. Oh, I guess I should have for that. I can't really watch that right now. I need to watch this.
Pedal to the metal. Alright, go!
I need to come borrow a bit of this. I'm gonna bring you some supplies to make up for it.
Air defense at your disposal, sir.
I should have turned that radar off. I was like mousing over like, oh, are those CJs? Yeah, well, they are CJs.
Moving out. Copy. Relocating.
Oh, javelin problems. I'm gonna give myself some more smoke here. Let me get GBs out.
Personal carrier engaged in combat. Green Berets reporting in.
And my GBs start moving up. Over here, I think.
Someone after a ride? Chopper here. Flying under radar.
No, they saw the dump.
Heading there.
Do another one back here.
Moving out.
We're gonna get out of there now with AMPV. Watch if we get ATGMs. Yeah, they have got a... Whoa, FEP trophy coming.
Backward.
Well, we want that FEP trophy.
Recon Rangers at your orders. Moving. Standing by.
Get with the Javelin, we should actually get this fucker, I think. The only problem is, I think... No, it's not about to get us, we're good.
Ask questions later, like a walk in the park. Roger.
Ah.
Heavy armor team,
Okay, I'm going in for that, because the lives of these units are less than that fat. I'm gonna smoke, make sure I get across. And that fucker's tracked, so they're not getting away. This is gonna kill it.
cab.
I think I'll bring the CFE over here.
Bradley, ready for combat.
Got a lot of money to spend. I gotta think about what else I want here, really. Ugh, that's bad. Get that fucker at least. Ah, you just needed one more shot off and you could have had it. Now you're out.
Troop transport, standing by.
It's pretty fucking dead, but just needs that little bit more over the edge. I'm bringing a bunch of shit. Ren Scout GBs, I got Flash GBs.
Armored transport, reporting.
So what do we see for the enemy so far? Let's take advantage of the fact that, like, I should have been calling units before when I got busy with micro, but let's take advantage of the fact that we haven't called in stuff. What do I want to play against them here? So far it's a lot of ATGMs, and then like some light armor. And a lot of artillery because it's Kaliningrad. So I think I'm gonna bring in a bunch of like... I think I'm bringing in a bunch of like AMPVs filled with CQB combined with... Yeah, probably like a bunch of Power Rescue. Maybe Power Rescue combined with Moors, that might be like the combo. Or Power Rescue combined with like... Power Rescue. Mech Engineers, keep it a bit cheaper. Rangers Recon, I don't know. Power Rescue plus Rangers Recon for a little bit of light AT. And then some Morses for everything else. I think I need like one AT team. But I mainly just want to get rush all these ATGM teams, I think.
Pedal to the metal.
Power Rescue plus Rangers Recon. And then we'll bring a double stack of Moors.
Roger, we're Oscar Mike. Roger, moving out.
And I'm gonna want more, because there's really long... Getting down here is like a really long travel line. Which isn't ideal for me. Oh, that thing got fucked up. Must have been that Comanche hit the shit out of it.
Already there. Moving there now.
What the hell is that going on over here? What the fuck?
Good copy. Next wave
Yeah, they're hunting it.
received. Recon vehicle in contact with the enemy. Troop transport ready.
Yeah, they're trying to hit us, but we're behind the building. I'm gonna bring in that Gimlers too. To bring in my own arty that can hopefully kill enemy infantry.
The higher they fly, the further they fall.
Oh god. Radar on! Radar on! I think they see you back there. Nice.
Bradley in combat, awaiting command.
Watch out, you're getting artillery.
Bradley fighting vehicle, standing by. Chopper. Rocket artillery scanning by.
And you're gonna need more shit like I was saying, because it's just like such a long way to drive to the damn front line here. So I think I just like want to deploy all of my shit, you know?
Copy. Relocating.
Bring some mech engines to keep getting through enemy infantry, and we're just gonna make like one big push, I think. Not sure how well this works, but I want to do it in force.
Looking for someone special? Special forces standing by. Rocket artillery at your disposal, sir.
We're almost there at killing these guys. Oh, there we go. Someone else has got them. Nice.
Special forces here.
They're fully dead. GBs will move up.
Personal carrier ready.
Ah, my CFE is dead. There's a sniper lazy near your pack too. Oh, is there? Interesting. Oh, it would have been that Humvee. That Humvee would have dropped it. Of course.
Trajectory updated.
Personal carrier here.
I didn't even think about that.
Moving in
Small brain. Alright, I ain't waiting around anymore. I'm gonna come get these guys. Hey, Vulcan, what's going on? How you doing?
We've got an incoming transmission, Commander. Guess who?
Yes, who indeed. Hey, man. Thanks for the raid. Big one as always. Thank you so much. How are you doing?
Armored transport is ready.
Vulcan lives. Thank you for the 330 raid. Oh god, Comanche.
Finger on the trigger.
Oh god.
Pushing forward.
Comanche is so low. Oh shit. I have the mech rifles for this.
Reporting in. First
We found the snipers.
moving out. Roger. Moving out. Roger. We're on the move. Copy. Relocating.
Kill them.
Ladies, keep pushing.
I think I was getting ATGM over on the side. I didn't pay a huge amount of attention.
Keep it tight.
I'm gonna run you downstairs for right now. Let the fire kill him. I'm gonna see about moving up more, because I'm just gonna see if I can get away with having to look at the point. I'd like to take these GPs and set them over here instead. Mech rifles probably aren't coming back from this mission, but I'll push them over.
Armored transport standing by. Roger.
I think I can get onto F with the AMPVs in time to at least neutral the zone, if not capture it.
Moving there now.
So did we kill these guys? I didn't see. I hope we did. I think we did.
Shooting the next base of fire. Good copy. Next waypoint received. Stack up.
I think I'll be a bit late to capture that zone, but I might seed. I might flip it.
Artillery on the move. Relocating to the next emplacement. Moving. Artillery moving out.
I think I'll flip it to neutral.
Roger, moving to next waypoint. We're on the move.
If I hadn't pussied out, I could have got in there.
Combat.
I'm gonna laser for that, I think.
Transport engaged in combat. Infantry in combat.
Oh, touch that zone! 16, 15! I'm too late to neutral it.
One after
You gotta get in there. 15 seconds to flip, 30 seconds to conquer.
Pedal to the metal. Roger. We're on the move. Moving there now. Troop transport ready. Copy.
I think my biggest problem here is I have no shore ride with me.
Infantry reporting in. Transport here. We're in combat. RRC in combat. Requesting orders. Smoke grenades. Get us the fuck out of here.
That is nasty. You guys need to hide.
Troop transport.
Problem with playing the long side here
The next waypoint.
is it's really too far from my reinforcement line, so it takes too long for these things to get here, and then
Troop transport reporting in.
it's not really like effective for what I want to do with these guys.
Roger. We're Oscar Mike.
Because in the end, the enemy had nothing here, also. If we got us out of F, you didn't notice? No, I didn't really.
Transport here. We're engaged.
Alright, if they try to, like, bully on top of me, we're just gonna obviously get the Moles teams out and just shoot them.
Someone after a ride? Pedal to the metal. They say we're special persons. Troop transport ready. Recon Rangers here. We're in combat. Airmen here. We're under fire. Recon Rangers begin
Hop out.
combat. Roger. We're on the move.
Chad is OSINT, yeah.
Battle carrier ready.
Always has been. Where were those airbornes again? I don't remember.
Moving there now.
Just shoot me again so I can see. A couple of trophies there too, oh boy.
Roger. Moving out. First.
Okay, that's something we want to get.
We're Oscar Mike. Green Berets, ready. Troop
Okay.
transport in combat.
Why are you still shooting me? I don't know, but they don't know what's inside this AMPV, but they're about to find out.
Everyone, dismount. Hacking armor.
Don't shoot the fucking... Oh, I guess shoot the Thunderbolt.
Armored transport reporting in.
Let's get the mech NGs out to help get through the APS. Unfortunately, the Thunderbolts on the left are getting me. But just shoot! Shoot with your last breaths!
They're here.
Get the AMPV out and or Bushmaster to it in the back. It's not reversing, it's running away. So we got that, which is nice. There's them fuckers. I'm gonna lose all my stuff for it. But they're gonna lose theirs. I don't think my KD's gonna be looking very good right now, no. I don't think we go down here again, it took way too long to get there. I think if I want to do this deck style of AMPV pushes, I need to do it CE. I didn't want to do it here because it's like very open across the bridge, but it just takes too long to drive down here for what I want to do. If I want to play this side, I have to Ghost Hawk. It's just too far otherwise. We've got some more guys back here I didn't use. So we'll come over. By the way, I finally just go back to see what Vulcan said. Vulcan said just messing around as usual. Oh yeah, buddy. What ELO are you just messing around in at this point, Vulcan? Let's send a little recon drone over and get away with it. I want to see what they have here before I call it in. Have a good one, Vulcan, yeah. Even ELO, nice. Yeah, have a good sleep. Thank you again for the raid, Vulcan. I appreciate it as always. Thank you. You guys actually go pick up your Fibres. Oh god, you've got that emoji, Vulcan. I need to actually watch this drone. I'm a big mistake maker of calling in a drone to recon and then like forgetting I did that. What the fucking... So I need to actually watch this. Fortunately, I see it already, but I saw a bunch of tanks. So I'm sure they'll respawn soon. I want to get my Moors combos in here. I think Moors plus Rangers Recon. When I haven't got that, I can go Rangers Recon plus mech rifles. To be not nearly as good, but kind of cool. Oh, 113, come back. I think we'll just focus on that here. Get another one here. Yo, get moving, get that trophy. Need to get some supplies in for my Gimlers, and I need to get my Patriots back on the scene. Run that fucker down! I ain't letting you get away. Don't stop AMPV. This is gonna hurt, but I'm gonna catch ya! I'm gonna catch ya! I'm gonna catch ya! Smoke! Oh, we actually did catch him. Okay, I don't need to kamikaze across the river then. I was gonna kamikaze, but I don't need to. It's just dead. Oh, they got us anyway! No! Run, motherfuckers, run. I need a new APC for you guys. It's gonna call C, but that ain't seed. Get your radar on. Heal you up. And get you ready for the next strike. 8 AMPVs in that deck, geez. Yeah, this is a deck that's specifically about like doing that basically. Specifically about like AMPVing around with like SOF infantry. Speaking of which, get some more in. I think a mistake I've made is I haven't deployed any snipers to work with my laser gimlers, which I really should be doing. At least one short on the attack team. Eh, maybe. Maybe I probably should have. I haven't got any money right now. I've called it all in. I'm gonna bring you back to here and get you healed. I'm wearing some more supplies for my guys here. So I don't really want to commit everyone just yet. Do I have mortars in this deck? No, I don't fit that. The support tab's small. Try to get this landed in the trench. And I might try to probe across with one of these guys. Maybe on E. We know that C's got a bunch of trophies already sitting there. There's probably a bunch of ATGMs here though too. I think we have a look. I think we see what we can get away with here. We look before we leave a bit. But I don't want to wait too long, because yeah, the enemy's just spamming out artillery. It's the Kaliningrad way, and I don't want to be too passive. So it's the balancing act. I'll try to keep my eyes out for the CJs, but I'll probably lose this Patriot again. Oh, don't put supplies there, because there's a Gimler's firing from there. Let's go for a little drivey here with the Rangers Recon Mech Rifle combo and see what ATGM's fire at us. What's up, Benny? Airborne weapon squads are so good, Benny! I'm dealing with them right now, too. Okay, no toes on me. What if I, like, drive around here? Oh, yeah, we see it. We see it. I think you got some in there. Oh, yeah, we do. Oh, yeah, we do. I need to get some snipers in today, so let's bring in, like, a Ghost Hawk or some, because I need to laze these shots. These future shots. Need some more supplies for you, too.
Are we in the Batcopter?
Just gonna bring you in here.
Roger, egressing. Helicopter is in the air. Dogs on the deck. Someone call for a cab?
That is some shit over there. Oh my god. All that shit.
What are you waiting for? Drive! Moving
This feels like a nice time to go across the river. I'm gonna go across the river.
Someone asked for a ride? Check that building. Personal carrier ready. Troop transport ready. Roger, we're Oscar Mike.
Still a guy in there.
Artillery moving out.
It's an airborne weapons squad, so I'm gonna smoke, because otherwise that's a problem for me. Oh shit.
We're not afraid of the distance. Silent Hawk is mission ready. Armored transport.
Get across. Let's get across.
Troop transport standing by. Move the fuck up. Ranger RC engaged. What are your orders? Dismount. Going out.
Okay. Sure thing. Let's get on the flank of that fucker properly. Or try to.
Good copy. Next waypoint received.
That's interesting. Where's that trophy going? Okay, keep moving, because we're gonna get artillery, of course. Did we get the tank? I don't know, but we're gonna fuck up my artillery, so...
Infantry here. Standing by.
You're not gonna make it across. Those tanks are a nice little spoiler on me getting the APVs across the river, unfortunately. Alright, if I get inside this building, we might have some good times happen to us. Get in there! Let's hit them all at the same time. No, they didn't like that. Oh, problems from the side. Oh shit. Didn't realize that was happening. My goodness.
Artillery relocating. Time to kick some doors. Punch it full speed.
Oh my fucking goodness.
Hunters and gunmen here. Armored transport engaged in combat.
Those guys got away.
Rangers lead the way. Establish a base of fire.
Oh, there they are.
Unasked, everybody.
I think we got one.
Rangers in combat. What are your orders?
The other one we didn't get.
RRC standing by. Someone call for a cab?
Woo! It's going on out here, man. It's definitely going on. I don't want that fucker to get away, but it's gonna get away. I'm just gonna CQB kill these weapon squads instead. The weapon squads charging inside the building to lay down their lives so the trophy can get away. My humble Rangers recon slitting their throats with knives. Whatever. It seems like one of those moments to send in the next wave, I think. Oh, this would be a great time to send in some Rangers, actually. I think. Oh no, but the tank.
The Night Stalkers are in the air.
How's my Mech 80 now. Am I trading a bit better? Not really, but I'm being aggressive and pushing. We're not really winning though, we're all pretty fucked up at the moment. Oh, and that thing is wasting itself. There's a lot of heat on us when we try to push across there, which is normal for Kaliningrad, but a lot of those tanks got away, unfortunately. We haven't got A right now either, or G, that's rough. So we're losing on territory. Losing the G side's really bad. It's also probably a bit late to get the Rangers in there now. I can come and see what's going on G, maybe the Rangers can help with that, but it's not ideal. Oh, wait, we might need to defend this. We're gonna need to defend this. They're pushing my zone.
They won't hear us coming.
Alert.
Night Stalkers here. Boots on the ground.
Alert!
New 10.00 donation from Loden Taylor.
Hello!
Beagle
$10,
stars in a
thank you!
bridge too far too. Two bridge too far.
Yeah, pretty much.
Armored transport reporting.
Pretty fucking much.
Standing by.
The Vicar says, it's funny how you're getting hit by 3 players worth of arty and 2 players worth of units, and 2 players worth of units and got no team support, nor any of your teammates do anything. Well, that's, you can't really blame it for that. That's Kaliningrad, right? If you want to criticize my teammates, you can criticize, oh, they're not even a little G or whatever, but, like, they're having their own struggles. But that's Kaliningrad, right? That's just how Kaliningrad works. It's a trench war, so I'm the nail sticking my head out. When I push across, of course I'm gonna get their entire team fighting me. Because I'm the squeaky wheel that gets the grease. That's just how Kaliningrad works. You know, at least try and take back the D point though. They did a good job taking this right at the end. They got 2 squads. No, they've only got 1 squad, thank God, so I think I might actually manage to get through it. And a lot of points for thinking about what I want to do in Phase 3, but it's going to be pretty bold, because otherwise we're not looking very good at all. I would like to send another drone to have another look at where all that shit is concentrated, and then probably send my nuke. Try to get it through. I mean, we're pretty fucking far behind, so if I feed the nuke I won't feel too bad, because we're doing pretty fucking bad already. And it might, like, tip the balance a bit. It can be Boofus. Marines do well on this map for that reason.
Next waypoint received. Rangers here. We're under fire. Rangers in combat. Requesting orders.
Yeah, I needed to scatter, you're right, Bounty. Because the arty's gonna come hit us.
Get in that building. Set up a base of fire. We take that building.
Just a lot of arty, man. I hesitate to do it, but I kind of want to push in my tanks, I think. Like, I feel like we just have to make like this big bullying push through the center. Because they're just winning the arty war. Their KDs are going to be better than ours, most likely. Yeah, and they're just playing the arty game. We just gotta get across. Hi, Biggs. Hi, Guddle. How are you? I probably send the tanks first, even though they're the most expensive, just because... Maybe send like a cheap AMPV first. But let's start queuing this now, because by the time it gets here, like, it's gonna be almost the end of the match. Fantastic. How are yourself? Yeah, I'm doing alright. Learning how to play SOF on, I gotta stop talking, I gotta get my shit in. So we're gonna go... Mech rifles. These GBs out while I'm waiting. I'm gonna go mech NGs. I'm just buying them a little bit slower so they're spaced out, so they're not all hit by the same shit at once. I'm gonna buy a SEP. Can I ask you a question? Yeah, I'm a little busy right now, but I'll try to reply. What's a good anti-infantry bomb for planes? HE. If you ask for a specific spec, I can tell you a plane I like for it. I don't really know Russia much, though. But I can tell you for US. Okay, let's send our better stacks, our Rangers Recon plus Moors. What plane do you like for it? Yeah, it depends on the spec. What are you playing? I'm really gonna spread this out because I'm gonna get clustered already when they see me. Armored Airborne? Oh, easy. I'm not playing it right now. Shit, I reached for it. Strike Eagle. Strike Eagle with cluster in the top slot, HE in the second slot, cluster in the bottom slot. Snake Eyes and Rock Eyes, so they're all low altitude bombing. Don't take the other bombs. Take Snake Eyes and Rock Eyes. That works really well. It's 470. It's a bit expensive, but I love it for that. It'll kill everything. The clusters are for killing tanks too, so you don't really want to use it just on infantry, I guess. But you can run the Strike Eagle in different configurations, I guess. I don't know. I don't usually worry too much about just an infantry bombing, though. I usually try to kill everything. Bring in more guys. Keep trickling them in. We've dropped the Gimlers down some smoke. It's not really what I really like do with this deck, I think. Also, I'm really trying to keep my eyes open for a good opportunity for that nuke. Why have you guys split up? Don't know. The difference between Strike Eagle and F-15X? Yeah, the FEX is all precision munitions. The Strike Eagle is your dumb bomber. I should bring some SHORAD. Let's see. Just while I can, I want to try to snipe these when my shit's coming in. In a second, I won't be able to. Just trying to get this F-16C before it gets away. That'll do. I am bringing enough SHORAD, so I'm going to try to make up for that by bringing in a Ghost Hawk, but I really should have put in some more SHORAD earlier. I think it's almost too late to bring it now, but I'll bring one of these. And I probably honestly just play the units I've got trickling in now, and I save money for a nuke if this doesn't work, to just do a last-ditch attempt to, like, turn the game around at the end. Oh, I'm getting snipered. But I should have put some SHORAD in there in the first, like, 3 or 4 units, so I'm definitely weak to that. Interestingly, though, they're not really... I should have totally the other way around. Too late. I forget what's interesting because I'm too busy doing this now. Where's that supply? Oh, we got problems. We want to not stop, we want to keep pushing. Kill as much as we can on the way in, but we want to keep pushing until we can get through their back line. It's very important we stay spread out, because they're going to keep doing that shit. We need that SHORAD. That must have been an enemy? Okay. That's how we trickle. Did that get both my trophies? Or is the other one not here yet? No, the other one isn't here yet. That is why we trickle in. That's why we don't all go in at once.
What are your orders?
Usually nuke. If that was enemy, it hurt them more than you. If it was friendly,
Rangers here. We're engaged.
I don't really appreciate it. But maybe it wasn't the worst move, I'm not sure. I'm glad I ghost talked in these mech rifles, because they are kind of important right now. I need to not go into that. That is Cluster City. That is going to get clustered to hell. Let me get these GBs starting to push over here.
Next waypoint received. Pushing forward.
Like I said, I want to go looking for their backline. The only way this really works is if we get their backline. Can you not drive the rail bridge? Is that just not like a thing you're allowed to do? Fuck it. Go, like, over here. Oh, Mavericks! Ah, the shore end!
Moving to shooting position. Armor transport pouring in. Driver full shot. Flaming following.
Alright, you guys just come back to here.
Heavy cab engaged in combat. Personnel carrier in combat. Get in that building.
You can go B, Ivor, to grab that. You get out of there before you get clustered to hell.
Bring us there in 10 seconds. Not 10 fucking minutes.
Alright. Wait till they die and then just get in here.
Heavy tank team engaged in combat. Movement. Heavy cab in combat.
I think we'll want to nuke, but I don't think there's anywhere I can to get a lot of effort. I mean, here works. I've ran out of shit to push through with, unfortunately. I need to get this trophy healed up and get across.
Already there.
We need someone for G, too. No one's pushing G. Someone's got to get on there and get that done.
Smoke deployed.
Where? Oh, this poor thing. Ah!
Fire. Get your ass.
I'll walk you across. Here's Moss destroyed. Who's over there? Okay, this does look nukes happy. I just want a bunch of shit to take G, unfortunately, but like just nuking there. If we could just like push through, we just need like a little bit more to get through there.
They won't hear us coming.
That's about 1 kilometer away. I don't know what the situation is there, but I think if
Fly without a sound.
I land here, I can get in before the end of the game, hopefully.
Roger Wilco. Flight plan confirmed.
I've got this, which can hit here. Haven't used this in a while. Big mistake of mine, kind of forgetting the gimblers.
Next emplacement. Abrams, ready to roll. We have a building to secure.
These guys over here.
Driver, reverse. Move the fuck out.
No chili time again. Sometimes, yeah. Sometimes I could definitely use that. You tell me about really new shot. I'm worried if I send the nuke in here. Well, I mean, it doesn't matter because we're gonna lose anyway.
Heading there.
We just haven't got a little bit too little, too late. Just haven't got the grunt to get across here. We made it through here, but we didn't get into their backline. That nuke. I don't know. I'm gonna be curious to see whose nuke that was because it kind of fucked up my momentum too to push you into the back. So maybe it was a defensive nuke. I'm really not sure.
AT specialist here. Go ahead.
I'm really not sure whose it was. I'm not sure if it helped or hurt more. I'm actually not being sarcastic. I don't know. It might have helped more than it hurt. I don't really know. Brads. Let me get in here. I will look at you no longer. Because I need to look at taking javelins in the buildings. I need to get on A with this tank.
Recon Rangers here. We're in combat. Solid copy. Advance and report. Clear team here.
Oh, they're like trying to like... They are. They're not trying to. They are succeeding in doing that.
Get in that building. Rangers,
Pararescue, you need to get on this shit.
copy. We take that building.
Moors, you go, and Cap.
Bang.
I need more. Maybe I should have played more Ghost Talkie on this map. I think Airsoft might actually work better on this map than Armored Air. I'll try that next time. Sorry, Armored SOF.
Find some cover. Get in that building. Rangers,
Alright, you better come over, Rangers Recon. You guys are like perma panicked apparently. Which isn't good for you.
at your command, we unleash hell, sir. Move your asses, maggots.
Proceed.
Artillery relocating. Full power.
gonna try, I think, a pretty ballsy Ghost Hawk drop here, straight onto A. I think I can get away with it.
Rocket artillery at your orders, sir.
This is dry, you've only got 4 shots.
Stinger team at your command, sir.
They're trying to snipe this at the last minute.
Moving.
I'd say this is my time to bring in my Nuki Nuke.
Inbound. Rangers engaged in combat. Move your asses. Move. Stealth bombers standing by.
I don't think it's gonna really do anything.
New heading set. Silent Hawk. is
Fortunately, we'll lose
ready.
that spot too.
Flying there now. Putting chalk on the ground.
Alert.
B2 Spirit ready. Flying the coordinates.
The Rangers are holding so good.
They got us surrounded again.
They're holding so fucking good.
New 20.00 donation from Oxian.
Turning to new heading.
Yeah?
Bingo button hot and ready.
Thanks, Oxian.
75th Ranger at your command.
I'm just gonna nuke there. It's not gonna be a good nuke, but... Nuke's gonna drop. No, I know, I'm keeping it off. I was looking for a target.
Set. Looking for someone special. Advancing on target location. Hold and secure.
I don't think it'll be a good nuke, but it's a nuke. Fortunately, I think the game is a bit ogre.
Anti-armor standing by.
Real. Thank you for the $20, Oxian.
We'll go.
I wasn't sure if you had a message or not. Thank you very much. Oh, you can't see that. Oh. Interesting.
What are your orders? Anti-armor at your command, sir. Copy. Holding that position. Special forces.
What is he doing down there? Hiding, I guess. Message of support. Thank you for the $20, Oxian. I appreciate it. How are you today?
Rangers here. We're under fire.
Oh, I asked Armut. Armut wasn't... Armut was on the enemy team.
Rocket artillery standing by.
Yep. I think I see, in hindsight, that the AMPVs are not really what I want to be playing on this map as much, I think, for that SOF deck. Let me switch. Because it just takes too long. I forgot how long it takes to get from one side of this map to the other. I think the idea of staying like aggro and not sitting still is good on this map because it's an artillery map. But I think it just takes too long. Like by the time the AMPVs get to the front line, it's like it's been ages. I think playing the Air plus SOF, the Berserker deck, is going to be better if I want to be aggro on this map. Because you just keep the train of infantry coming in of Ghost Hawks. They don't really come back, but you just keep sending them in and trading better. Need speed and all-terrain stuff. Yeah, need the speed, I think. And the Ghost Hawks actually make those drops work. So I think next time I get put on Kaliningrad, I'll try the Airborne SOF deck. And the other nice thing about the Airborne SOF deck that I think will go really nicely with this map is that it's the one of all the airstrikes, so we can also spam all of their artillery and do counter battery. Because that's the other big thing, is it's one thing for me as a player myself to try not to get hit by all the artillery by staying mobile, but my team is still getting wrecked by it, so I need to help them out. So probably playing the Airborne SOF deck is the best there, because you don't really want to dig into too many defensive troops on this map anyway, I think, and even if you do, that deck has the weapon squads and airbornes, and you spend the rest of the time Ghost Hawking troops in, and I think just walking around on foot with them, honestly, just doing really aggro drops of Ghost Hawks, playing really annoying games with like Green Berets and shit. Honestly, snipers too. Maybe even like... Maybe you even have like a sniper version of that deck for this map specifically. With Green Beret snipers, and you just sniper out all the weapons teams that are hiding in buildings. Okay, so they play pretty bad, but lol, first place. Oh, high play. Yeah, GG, you did. You did a good job. You didn't play bad from here, but I know what you mean. It always feels like you played worse when it's you, right? When you're criticizing yourself. You got a nice KD though. Good job. Which player are you, Red? I'm not sure if I ran into you too often. We'll see in the kills losses in a second. Nuke investigation clip. Well, we're about to see in the kills losses too. Count Baffrey says, I feel like Kaliningrad necessitates a specific deck because it's bad. Kaliningrad isn't bad, it's just different. However, the style that it encourages at everyone, you can definitely say is not your favorite, not to your taste. It is a camper's map. It is an artillery map. But I like not playing it that way because I don't like just sitting there and artillerying. Not to say I'm like trying to be elitist about it, I just don't enjoy it personally that much. I think we had some okay moments of this, but usually we were like getting across the AMPVs and just getting mulched. The problem is with the AMPV strategy on this map is that you're just making like these big waves. But because it takes so long for your AMPVs to get to the line, no matter what zone you're going to, it felt like I was making these big wave pushes. But big wave pushes are very easy to stop on Kaliningrad because, as we saw, all 5 of the enemy team, who aren't really being pressured otherwise, just go, oh, call every single air support on that push, and it'll work. Of course it'll work. With Ghost Hawks, I can just send more constant but smaller infantry probes into their lines to keep constant pressure up. And then, I think that's going to be a lot better, because you can't just call in all your cluster bombers and everything when that's happening every 3 or 4 minutes. So that's probably the way to go. Hey, says, I really didn't know that played against you. Where you been playing middle? Yeah, I started on the left, and I went to the middle and the right a bit. I kind of played the whole map throughout the match. I probably ran into you like at least once. Let's have a look. Yeah, exactly, Sir Snaffles, exactly. Zachary says, I feel like the map is one on the far flank. B, C, and D, E are just too close to enemy spawn, so they can always respond to pushes in time or replenish their defenses. I think it's good to pressure across the bridges, too. Oxy says, so someone driving around with a triple stack of Green Beret snipers and Kalin, jumping into buildings and ending weapon teams in seconds before driving on. No, honestly, I think that's the strat. I think that's probably the way to go, and I'm going to actually make a version of, I think, the Airsoft deck, where I basically do that. Otherwise, I could do it with the armored deck, but I think yeah, just try it with Airborne. Need to rush. This match was pure mess, yeah. So far, I fought everyone but you. We had some good moments where like we had like our infantry teams kill some tanks, but a lot of the times the trophies got away, and we also like lost entire waves of guys, which is why my KD sucked ass. Oh, you were pushing your Airborne across onto my side of the river. See, that was good. You were pressing. See, you are playing well, Pezaz. You can't say you're playing badly. You were pushing. That's good. Pushing on Kaliningrad takes a brave soul. I appreciate it. Those Rangers. I'm glad I had those Rangers there to stop those ISVs from you. Yeah, the B2 didn't get too much. And on the Losses side, I had some moments of helicopters earlier too, not bringing enough SHORAD. Especially because another reason not to go far left side of this over this deck is it hasn't really got any buildings to hide in from the helicopters as much, because there's a lot of distance between the skyscrapers. Because as I don't know how I reached 1500 ELO with this match. The game knows you deserve it, Pay. Yeah, I have a lot of pushes here that got cleaned up by shit, especially if you're not dealing with the ATGMs. Weapon squads and buildings just do so much. I do think the GB sniper strat, or just snipers in general, sounds like a really good idea for this. And yeah, it was a friendly nuke. I don't love that nuke from my ally there. I don't know how much shit my ally got there, but they got my trophy, my AMPV, my recon, and my MORS that were all pushing forward, and I think still had some life in them. And I don't know that I really love that nuke there, because my goal wasn't just to take zones, but was to like keep pushing forward and like get into their backline and beat up all of their artillery that had been killing us this whole match, and then we stop the artillery pressure, we get massive KD advantage, we kill all their expensive artillery, and we hopefully hold all the zones afterwards. And I think nuking my Vanguard there, I don't know if I had enough to push through to do that, but I don't think nuking my Vanguard helped. I don't think that was a good nuke. I don't know why they did that, to me, honestly. I do not know why they dropped the nuke on a friendly trophy. Maybe I don't know. I do not know. Not my favorite time I've been nuked, and I've been nuked many times, but have never really been nuked that hard by an ally before. Not my favorite. Alright. I want to make a Kalin alternative of the deck. I want to do GB snipers there. I'm seeing what ProKiller's always saying. ProKiller's always in here being like, that, you know, saying this map is a sniper's map. And I think I see it there of Kalin. I see the code. I see the matrix. Is that would have been a great place to be driving around snipers with. So I think we do it with the airsoft, because we want to have all those airstrikes as well. And then, yeah, I think I go not even GB's Flash, go GB Snipers, Sniper Competition. Which means I need to rework this whole tab. Well, you don't need your Airborne Snipers as much if you've got GB Snipers. That's a bonus. What are these guys? You got one Barrett at 1.2k and you got one ASR at 1k. God, they're scary. Alright. And then they take up 4 space, so you can fit 3 of them in a AMPV, but this is the airborne deck, so you can fit all 4 of them in an MTV. That's an interesting idea. I've never really used GB Snipers, so if I get Kaliningrad or a map where I want to try this, it'll be fun to try this out. Switch OBS to you, please. Oh, yeah, sorry. Thank you. It's a little bit scary driving around in like a light, no APS, no smoke transport with that many expensive snipers in it, I think. Like, you got like a trophies, more expensive than a trophy's worth here, like 500 points of sniper. You don't have to do all 4, you can just do 2. But I do think the quick deployment on Kulin will be good. Honestly, this is maybe even a deck you put in a... Oh, I've got it. I was going to say put in a cargo plane. For. But we have it. Yeah, these weigh 1100, so you can only fit 1, though. You can do an LMTV for 3 of them. I think for Kulin, maybe you just, like, fit in, like, a couple of Chinooks. Oh, wait, actually, also, don't change my existing one. Sorry, duplicate that. Okay. Berserker, Kulin, Airsoft. So go Sniper Rifles, GBs. And then I'm sure I could optimize this way better for Kulin in other ways, but... Oh, you could just be going around in Humvees, or ISVs, actually. You can't get smoke on ISVs, can you? No. I don't think this combo has any transport I can get that has smoke. One of the very fun things about the Airborne SOF combo. You're really not a transport kind of deck. Weapon team, sniping 4 might be overkill, 3 might be enough. Yeah, maybe. Rangers Recon, Power Rescue, Globby Hawks. I wonder if this is also a map where I do STTs again instead of Power Rescue, because then you can do 1 unit just holding your Riverside that deals with helicopters and has lasers. And then maybe you do Delta raids instead of Delta standoff. Probably. I don't know. And you can get Ranger Stinger as well, for whatever reason. Maxing Stinger is probably best for K-Grad. Yeah, like, you're not really doing SHORAD vehicles very well on K-Grad, I think. And I mean, you will have lasers with the snipers, but you're not really planning to leave these guys in place, so I think STT makes more sense, even though I kind of like Power Rescue more now. I think for this map specifically, STTs will make more sense. You can cut airborne snipers, because we've got GB snipers, though again, still good to have 1, I think. Maybe, actually, you want to get 2 drones for this map, too, so you can do more airstriking. Well, you do have 2, you have a Global Hawk. I think the idea here was for me to have the Global Hawk keeps vision lock after the Sentinel goes in the spot. I think for this map specifically, just running more RQs probably makes more sense as kamikazes. Probably gonna work better. It's a bit more expensive, but it's faster. It's stealthier, so it's gonna get deep before it dies. Probably run 2 RQs. I'm optimizing now for this one map, because I want to try this next time I get it. Get your STTs. I think go all the way on STTs, even if it means cutting over recon. Like, I don't think you need as many vehicles on Kulin for the sides I want to play. Not a Humvee Laras anyway. That leaves you 1 sniper you can just leave traditionally in a spot. It gives you 4 snipers, which might be overkill, but it gives you 4 snipers for trying this headhunting strategy. Maybe Kulin's the map that gets me to try Striker SOF so I can, like, airdrop... like, airdrop Strikers and GB around them? I don't know. It's a better transport. What's the ideal transport that you can airdrop that GB snipers could roll around in? Only 3 of them, 12. What's an airdroppable transport of APS that seats 12? I don't think it exists. We have 4 Braves deployed at once, though. So the idea of this deck, Taser, if you just came in, is to play Kaliningrad, to drive around of a stack of them, sniping enemy weapons teams out of towers. That's the idea. These guys have no smoke either. I do think the problem with this is going to be, like, using them without a proper transport. Warpig? Warpig has no smoke or APS. I'm asking specifically for APS. I don't think it exists. I think you'd have to do 2 strikers with APS on. And then each striker would have two GBs in it, I guess. 2 GB snipers. That could work. I could see that working. But anyway, let's try this first, sorry. So these are my defenders. I got my moles still. I got my deltas. I probably got too many deltas. Honestly, for Kalin, maybe bring even more Ghost Dogs. I don't know. No way. You don't need the Rangers Stingers if you got the SCTs. You don't need them as much, for sure. Probably just cut them out and fit other stuff. Maybe bring like some cheap toes of my own. Because it's Kalin. I think we'll go Delta CQC because we're going STTs, not Pararescue. Spam Ghost Hawks. I feel like Warpigs won't cut it. Yeah, I feel like we could use like more Ghost Hawks. I feel like it's gonna be a real meat grinder of Ghost Hawks. I think it's good to have some wheeled transports though. And maybe actually need like 4 Warpigs instead. If I could fit in a Globemaster instead of the MC-130, I think it would also be good for just doing behind the lines like Thunderbolt drops. And truck drops, you can drop all the trucks you need that way. How hard would it be to fit a Globie in here? Oh, you can fit it in, you're just gonna cut from the rest of the deck. Cool, okay. Cool. I mean, hell, the Globie's only 50 more, and I took the MC-130H because it has 20% ECM. But fuck, the Globie has 15%. No, sorry, it has 10%, never mind. I originally took the MC-130 because I didn't think I needed to do a lot of vehicle drops with this deck. Mainly infantry, but for Kalin, definitely I think having the cargo drop is more important. Carlos, I think the MTV can just be your transport instead of Warpig? Maybe. Maybe. I did bring LMTs for that purpose too, yeah. Yeah, having the LMTVs as well, you can probably cut the Warpigs, yeah. We get the Kamikaze Kegs. We got Stinger Kiowas. We got Soarhawks with Gal HMGs. Got our cheap Apaches and our good Apaches. Got our F-35A, got our Cluster Eagle. Got our Fexes, our Nighthawks, our Seagulls. Our Globies. Where can I cut 85? I got 1 Slam Ram. I got, like, no traditional artillery. Got Shorads, which, again, on Kalin, you could probably cut some of, because you're not really going to want to be relying on them too heavily, I think, on Kalin. Even if you just go more Slam Rams instead, so you can help keep the AA up, because it's going to keep constantly getting hit, of course. Can't really fit it, though, is the thing. You have to cut an LMTV. Tanzilla says, do you know AH-64DE like to take off on runways if it's available, says Tanzilla? I didn't, actually. I think I've heard that before, but I forgot, actually. That's because of their weight, right? GG's played against you, just realized, says Django. Yeah, GG, Django. It's a good match. Good Kaliningrad, well played. 2 Sentinels not overkill. This is specifically for a Kaliningrad deck. So usually I don't take this many, but this is for a very specific kind of deck I'm building after having played the Kaliningrad. It's also why I've got 4 GB snipers. We're going to try this out. Bad kitty for me, Chaos Smash, nukes random nukes. I got nuked by my teammate, Django. I know what you're saying. I got my Sep nuked when we were pushing at the end there. Now to not see Kalin for the rest of the night. Oh, I probably won't see Kalin for days, yeah, but, you know. I'll be ready for it. I'm just gonna cut a little bit more. I could just cut these snipers. I do have STTs to kind of be the sniper style recon. I could probably just cut these airborne snipers. And it kind of makes everything fit. Except you're missing out on the Humvee, but whatever. I don't think there's anything else I really want to cut, though. I think everything else is good here. 2000 optics, though? Yeah, I know. I know. They do have the big optics for keeping shit spotted. But I feel like all the spots I'd put airborne snipers in are going to be taken up by STTs instead for better value overall. Next gen weapons go to 85 points. Yeah, I want to keep them though. I really like them. I really like having 4 of these in all my decks that have airborne in them. So I think I'd probably cut the airborne snipers. And just be 25 points or over. Because otherwise, well, you could also cut like something that costs, cut the Humvee. But there just isn't anything cheap to cut, unless it's like a War Pig. I could cut like 1 LMTV, right? No, that's not enough, you'd have to cut 2. I think just cut the airborne snipers for now. I rarely use them with this deck so far. If I really feel the need of them, I can put them back in. And just leave it at that, and that is my... I've made 2 flex decks now. I've made a nuke flex of my armored SOF deck. And now I've got a Kalin Snipers flex of the Airsoft deck. And it really doesn't give up too much, right? You're losing the Power Rescue and the Standoff Delta for CQC Delta and SCTs. But, you know, pros and cons. Flash GBs has become Sniper GBs. Globemaster for C-130. Or for Globemaster for C-130, yes. The rest is pretty much samesies. We'll see. I'd like to know what other maps that's actually going to be effective on, because I don't think Kalin's the only map where you want to be playing that kind of style. I just haven't really figured it out for other maps yet, though. Where, like, driving around sniping weapons seems is really strong. Maybe, Klaipeda? I'm not sure. Just any of those maps where whenever you poke your guys out of cover, like your vehicles out of cover, you just get hit by, like, a billion javelins. I guess Klaipeda is kind of like that, yeah. I think if I get, sorry, not Klaipeda, maybe Klaipeda, but also, Bay of Winds, Parnu. I think if I get Parnu again, I might try the GB sniper stack on there. Because last time I played Parnu, I also had that problem where there was just so many javelins in buildings, and I would have loved to just snipe them. Plika says, so a kind of wild thing about GB snipers is they can fire from so far away they don't actually get spotted from woods. Tell me about that, Plika. Tell me about that. Do you have to be in woods, or can you do it from buildings? And I assume you have to be at, like, 1.2k? That's surprising, because I imagine that big Barrett is not quiet. Buildings too? Okay. How'd it work for 1k? Interesting. And I assume you won't get against the recon unit. That's still pretty good, though. I mean, because they got that big stealth. They got 3 stealth. GB snipers having 3 stealth is really cool. Maybe Snowcast if you want to play Center City, says Zaku. Yeah! Yeah, true. Carlos says any place that increases stealth. Well, the thing about woods is I don't think it's like... I think buildings are binary. It's like you're in and you've got the building stealth bonus or you don't. But with woods, you get more stealth bonus the deeper into the woods you are, it feels. So, being deeper into the woods, I think, is more stealthy, which is why you can have Manpad and Sharad teams 80 meters behind the tree line, the end of the tree line, and you cannot get spotted while engaging helicopters, which is really good. Prof says they need to drop a balance patch. Down almost 10k players since last weekish. I mean, that's normal for new games though, right? I'm not trying to either defend or doomer the game. I'm just saying, like, isn't that normal for games that, like, everybody comes and tries the game, and then you peak, and then it goes down? I think, like, every single game has that, right? Is it more than that trend, is what you're saying? We were talking about this yesterday, or, sorry, I didn't stream yesterday. We were talking about this day before yesterday, is that there is stuff that really should be done to make this game more approachable, I think, before they end up with an elitist player base. I think I agree with that. You don't want to see this game become really, like, sweats only. Someone said that in a YouTube comment, and we discussed it the other day. I do agree with that. But what balance would you want changed, Professor Pessimist? I think they need QOL, and I think they need lever penalties, and they need a surrender option. They need all that stuff really hard. The latter 2 things, especially. But what balance do you think is making the game imbalanced that they need to drop? I don't think there's anything too imbalanced, really. Maybe changing the meta of the game to, like, feel more fun for new players and players in general be less sweaty. I could see balance changes in that sense, but I don't think, like, either faction is really, or any too many is really OP. There's so much to adjust before balance. Yeah, I'd say balance is in a really good spot, honestly, with this game right now. At least, like, logically. But maybe... I wouldn't say no if someone said, like, well, the balance is technically balanced, but, like, maybe the meta isn't that fun for people. Like, I could see that. It's a very stressful meta at the higher level, I would say. More so than maybe some people want. Coastal's a little binary. Coastal! Marine infantry costs? What, you want them to go up or down? Balance is solid enough. Leavers and cheaters have by far the biggest impact on match quality, says Mawad. Yeah, they really need to deal with that. They really need to say something about that. Flashfox says, I feel like Russia has too much AA or too many things that go against air. Yeah, that's kind of one of their asymmetrical strengths that I think is good. It's definitely true to life. I don't know, like, that the US is meant to have better air power and Russia has better anti-air to counter it. So that's, like, definitely true to life, and I think it works out fine in matches, but... Actually, increasing the Marine infantry cost, 100 200 point for infantry is crazy. Yeah. You know, icons overlapping is my biggest annoyance at this point? Yeah. There's a lot of QOL things like that I really wish they'd spend time on, but first of all, obviously the levers and cheaters is the thing everyone hates. Pessimist says, personally, I agree neither faction is too OP, but I played with some new players this weekend, and the Kutran spam made the two quite angry. I think cruise missiles shouldn't resupply at dumps and need to return to base, but I agree more QL upgrades could go a long way. See, that I agree with Professor Pessimist. So I would say when you say balance, like, that kind of makes me question it the way I did. But I kind of came around to what you're saying, I think, before you said it, which is, yeah. It's balanced, but the meta is kind of fucking annoying, especially for new players. Like... I've played against Coastal, like, the other day, right? And, like, we won, but it's so annoying. And I would agree that, like, that's not ideal. It's kind of a toxic balance. You'll play against the Coastal players, and if you don't know how to deal with the cruise missiles, you just get bullied. And you get punished for trying to play a normal RTS game kind of playstyle. And even if you know how to play against cruise missile spammers, you can win, but it's still fucking annoying. So I would agree that, yeah, like, I would be happy with nerfs to the cruise missile spam playstyle. Definitely. Because it's not that it's overpowered, it's just fucking annoying to deal with. It's not fun. It doesn't need to exist. The only person having fun is the cruise missile spammer. I would agree with that. Just for pure satisfaction. Just kind of nerf that a bit more. Just make it, like, not its own playstyle to just spam cruise missiles. I agree, Tamwin, that helicopter panic... like, being able to inflict, like, problems on helicopters before killing them more is more important. I think being able to put crits on helicopters would help. I think you should be able to crit them like vehicles. I think it's good that helicopters don't necessarily die in one shot in this game. The problem is that helicopters can fight through damage way too well in this game. And it's silly, it just makes them flying tanks, and they really shouldn't be. I think when you take a man-pad hit, even if you're 30 armor Russian helo and you can survive it, you should probably have like a bunch of crits now and be fucking suppressed, and you should have to run, rather than just, be like, oh, just kill him. Lol. Like, that's not very fun either, I would agree. Tanzila says helicopters need a lot of work, my lord. I mean, I agree, as you know. I want a helicopter rework, personally, but... Yeah, as Marwad says, the cruise Kutran is toxic because of the faster resupply and aim time. It's not necessarily even that good, but it's just the most annoying shit ever. Yeah, I think that's the thing about the Kutran too, is the aim time. Like, why do all other cruise missiles and ballistic missiles seem to take a long time to fire, I feel like? But then the Kutran is just like, oh, 1 second, boop, there goes my cruise missiles. Like, why? Just give it like a long aim time, like at least 5 or 6 seconds, and ideally like longer. Because, yeah, like, you can't really counter-batter it very well, because it's always fucking flying unless you cash it at its resupply dump. So you can't really do a lot about it. It's got instant aim time, so it's very reflexive, and I think that's generally when the fire support in this game feels very toxic, is when it's very reflexive. They did a really good thing by nerfing the reaction time on the precision-guided bombs, like F-35 strikes and stuff. It used to be PGM meta. And because you could fly up, instantly drop your precision-guided munitions wherever you wanted, because they had no aim time, So you could just fly up, don't pick your targets till you get there, and then just go, okay, pop, you know, precision guided bomb on the tank that's strafing to evade me, it's dead. And that was very annoying, and they nerfed that, and they should have. It was good. The game is much healthier now. You used to see just Su-57s and F-35s just dominating the match. That's not the case anymore, that's good. But they kind of left it in for... Yeah, I know, Zaku, the fucking Viper, I know. They kind of left it in for some other shit, though, like the Katram, which still has, like, a 1-second cruise missile aim time. Why? Like, why does it get to have that? Either you specifically want the Katran to be able to do this dumb shit of just being, like, instant reaction cruise missiles, or you don't. And I think maybe it's been overlooked and it should probably be addressed. It's just annoying to play against, yes. It's like, whatever you do, there's, like, a helicopter sitting, like, 4 kilometers away that's going to just instantly drop a cruise missile wherever you're going before you can really react to it. That's very annoying. Dusk just says, but you did get a total victory the last time you played against Katran spam. Annoying shit, but also bad. That's what I said before, yeah, if you didn't hear it. Is yes. That's what I mean. This shit isn't overpowered, it's just fucking annoying to play against. And that is its own problem. It's a different problem to raw balance. But it's still part of, you know, the design of the game that you might want to address is, hey, maybe we don't promote this toxic playstyle because it just is super unfun for everyone. It's unfun if you know how to deal with it, and it's, like, it's probably going to make people leave the game if they're new. Does take forever to reload. It takes like 45 seconds to reload one cruise missile. Get out of here. It doesn't take long. Every minute 30, you can do it again. Every 2 minutes, let's be real. Every 2 minutes, you can do that again. It's very annoying. It's a very annoying on-demand strat. And at least with the Iskanders, they're like a ground vehicle that you can maybe counter battery and hunt. But I've seen people type about it too. They say with the Iskanders, like literally, you call in the Iskanders at spawn, fire from spawn, refund them instantly, they recharge quicker than it takes to rearm them, and they can't be counter batteried. This is what Coastal players do, man. This is the perversions that you're up against when you play a Coastal player. And it's not their fault, it's the developer's fault for allowing it to happen. Players will always do the path of least resistance, they'll always do the thing that works best for them, even if it optimizes the fun out of the game. It's really on the developers to kind of, like, get rid of shit like that. And I think they should. I think that's just very annoying for everyone except the person doing it, which is just not a good thing to put in your game. Logos says, I have a modest proposal. Cruise missile spam hell queue. Oh my god, you only get queued over Coastal players. Pessimist says, yeah, it's not a P. I think a patch should nerf the meta because the meta is unfun for new players. I agree. No, I do agree with you. I think at its core, this game should strive to be about conventional units fighting conventional units. And I think fire support should be the cherry on top. There should be the fire support. And I've seen this game evolve from previous betas where the fire support was the game. And you barely even needed to deploy conventional units. And the game is much healthier now. The game was even worse about it before. It's much healthier now. But that's just kind of how Modern Warfare is in a sense. They have to keep nerfing the real-life capabilities of these things in a lot of ways. Because it's very unfun otherwise. But also because there's, like, a lot of gameism as well. Like, having said that, like, the fact that your Cluster Eagle can show up within 3 seconds of you deciding you need an airstrike here is obviously very different. Like, I think I gave this feedback ages back that, like, you gotta be careful when you talk about realism as an argument for a game like this. Because what really matters, I think, is immersion and feeling authentic. That brings a level of enjoyment. But realism is a crazy argument for this game, because some things are, like, balanced kind of realistic to be, like, immersive and authentic. But then, you know, like, in the real world, you're not just being like, oh, I need an airstrike. No! Like, strike equals here in 5 seconds. Like, it's like, okay, we have to brief the fucking strike, probably. Maybe the jet's already loitering. I'm not an Air Force guy, but maybe the jet's already loitering. You can call it in from somewhere nearby, but it's gonna take, like, time to arrive. Whereas in this game, it's just like, oh, hey, you're existing, here comes an airstrike. And because your units, like infantry especially, are like actually slow like they would be in the real world, yet airstrikes arrive within like the blink of an eye, everything is very vulnerable to that kind of shit. There's no like time for artillery to have to target either. It's not like, there's a bit of aim time, but like, it's not like you have to like send in a fucking like artillery order to get your fire support. It's not like you gotta be like, oh, like I've got fucking, I need HE here on this grid. Okay, read it back, confirm copy. Okay, like rounds out, blah, 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 blah. No, it's just like, okay, within 20 seconds, your rounds are falling on the heads of the thing you clicked on with like pretty pinpoint accuracy. So fire support is naturally going to be way more good in this game because it's advantaged in ways like that which it wouldn't be in real life. And unfortunately, a lot of the conventional units do have the struggles against it that they would have in real life of they're not very fast. They're going to die to it when it hits them. So if you're infantry, that's why it's like fucking hell to be infantry in this game. Because you're pretty damn slow. I mean, you're still faster in real life, but that's the point. Like, it's, you know, it's a game, right? And I think they could probably go further in restricting some of the fire support options to be less annoying, especially for new players, and keep trying to guide this game towards conventional units fighting each other. Philip says, imagine if mortars had a realistic flight time of 20 to 30 seconds. Yeah, it'd be a very different game. And I don't think they should, like, overreach too hard right now, because the meta's pretty good, considering how lethal everything is. It's pretty good. The game's pretty well balanced. But, you know, they can definitely, I think, massage it more. Because I think no one really enjoys the artillery spammer playstyle except the artillery guy. It's kind of like the classic thing of when you play a shooter and, like, snipers are too good. Like, there's a sniper class and it's OP. Or even, it's not even OP, it's just, like, you know, everyone spams it. And it's the bushwookie thing of, like, in Battlefield, like, your team doesn't like having bushwookies. The other team doesn't like getting headshot randomly by bushwookies. No one likes the bushwookies existing except the bushwookies. Artillery spam is kind of like that in this game, and air support spam, where, like, you don't really like having that person on your team usually because they're not pushing the objectives with you. The enemy doesn't like it because anytime they try to play the game, they just get shit on by something they can't fire back at. The only person really having fun is the pervert spamming fire support. So I think the less that is, not just, like, not even saying it's overpowered, but the less that's encouraged as something people want to do, I think the better. My wife says, considering an infantry squad can clear and navigate a whole high-rise in approximately 5 seconds and firefights don't last hours, it's more or less sensible. Yeah, don't get me wrong. Like, I'm not saying, like, infantry are realistic and everything else isn't. No, like, infantry do crazy shit too. Infantry survive crazy shit in this game as well. Don't get me wrong. But definitely, I think when you balance this game, like, if I was doing it, definitely err on the side of buffing all the conventional unit-shooting units and making fire support weaker. Because I think the game's going to be at its funnest when you're microing conventional frontline units against each other and having, like, those kind of battles. That'll be the most fun, I think.
New 7.00 donation from Guy on phone. Vel 6, we need an airstrike. Knee. Boom. Hold up, this one's still armed. Oh fuck, everyone run away. Boom.
Thank you for your $7 donation. Thank you very much for your airstrike. Fidget just says, worst I've had with me going down the middle and attracting the attention of 3 players combined audio was horrible. Yeah, it's also kind of discourages you from wanting to be the player that makes a difference on your team. Like, if you have a team of 5 players and 4 of them don't really want to push, and they just want to sit still, and then you try to push because we need to push, all 5 of the enemy players will tend to put their attention on you when you push because you're the nail that's sticking out to be hammered. So yes, that is a thing, definitely. And it's a team game, though. Like, that doesn't necessarily have to be, like... Again, it's not overpowered. It's a team game. But it's not the most fun. No. No, you need to be putting pressure out. But again, like, let's not act like the game is, like, super unfun or anything. I think the game is very fun, but I think it still runs the risk of being very toxic to new players. Anything that helps new players more is going to be important for this game's life because, you know, games die about new players coming in. And there's a lot of fun you can have in this game, but I would hate for it to just become, like, this unenterable game to new players where it's just, like Tarkov or something. It's like, people, like, look at it and they're like, oh god, I want to get into that shit, Jesus. Like, they try to, like, buy it. They buy it and they try to play, like, a few multiplayer matches and they just get shit on the whole time. It's just not fun. It's not fun. Maybe you're bad, maybe you don't know better, but, like, it's not your fault. You're new, and it's just not fun to just get, like, fire supported into the dirt. And especially when there's no, like, I don't think there's really, like, any prioritization of putting solos versus solos and teams versus teams in the queue. It's just really too easy to get stomped into the fucking dirt as a new player of this game and just not know what are you meant to do. And just get bullied and domed, and you're never going to play it again. Or worse, you beat out the campaign. Yeah, and that's really the worst thing about this game, too, the way they did it, to be honest. They made the campaign bully you too! There needed to be something that shipped with this game where you could just go and be a regular fucking person and have fun and feel like a winner. But the campaign fucking bullies you too, man! What? Oh, man. What's wrong with the campaign? The missions I've played of it, and other people have said the same thing, is that it's just, like, very overwhelming. And it doesn't feel good to be overwhelmed in this game. The other problem in this game is it doesn't feel good to get domed and overwhelmed. Because it's a combined arms game, so when you lose all your shit, you have to start organizing your forces again, of like, oh god, I need this and that, oh god, this shit. You gotta play logistics manager. When you have to play, like, warehouse guy and, like, hospital triage guy in this game, it's the least engaging gameplay there is. And if you're getting spat on by fire support, all your gameplay is just getting shit on and doing that under pressure, and it's very unfun. And the campaign kind of does that to you too, I think. Deadly Day says, easy explanation, this is a game for military nerd masochists. Yeah, and it shouldn't be, that's the thing. It shouldn't be, it doesn't have to be. That's the problem, is this game runs the risk of becoming that game to people's minds if it hasn't already, and that will not make it live very long. Or not very healthily. Well, DefTax is back? Me too! Thanks, I like the way the Logi game plays. You're an old hand at it now, though, Benny, and a pervert. Like, I don't know, I think it's... Where are we going? Let's go to Ignalina so we don't go to Baltiste. I played too much Baltiste lately.